Hello and welcome back. In this video, we will briefly cover some of the basics of Notion. It will help you understand the basics better and make your journey much easier. Okay, let's start with the very basics. In Notion, almost every piece of content is called a block. You can think of these as building blocks that you can use to build whatever you want. They give us great freedom to bring our visions to reality. Blocks are available in different types. It can be a text, a to-do list, an image, a page, a database, and many others. We can combine them, place one inside another, convert between the types, and so on. That flexibility and freedom is what makes Notion so powerful. Adding a block is very simple. All you need to do is press / from the keyboard and choose the type you want. You can either scroll to the type you want or just type in the block's type or its shortcut in the text field. Then you can click the desired block or just hit enter. Even on the free plan, you can have unlimited number of blocks as long as you don't add a second member to your workspace. To be able to demonstrate blocks in a better way, I built an example page that has blocks of different types inside it. A Notion page is also a block that serves as a canvas that we can put almost anything into. They can be as simple as few lines of text, or as complex as a complete life planning dashboard. So let's jump into this page and see what's inside. Okay, here we have a very simple page that's made of various basic blocks. I will first explain what these are, then we will rebuild this page quickly from scratch. So let's begin. At the very top of the page, you will see a thin, faint gray line. This one's called the divider block. We use these to add some visual hierarchy to our pages. Underneath that, you will see a quote block with some simple text inside. If you look at the page structure underneath, you will see that the content is divided into 3 vertical sections. I will show you how to do this when we are rebuilding the page. Just as a side note, we can adjust how wide the columns are by left-clicking and dragging the handles left and right. At top left and bottom right corners, we can see a couple of cat photos. These are added using image blocks. If I want to change the photo, I can click these 3 dots and then pick Replace from the list and upload the replacement image. Underneath the cat photo on the left side, you can see green, blue, and red rectangles with some content inside. These are called callout blocks and they can contain almost any other block inside. They can be given an icon if desired too. I can just drag and drop the cat photo, the equation, or the database inside it. For now, I will undo that to keep the page intact. The green callout on top contains a to-do list block, the blue one contains a numbered list block, and the red one contains a bulleted list inside. At the bottom, there's text with a small triangle on its left side. This indicates a toggle list block. These blocks, similar to the callout and toggle heading blocks, can contain various blocks inside them. By clicking the triangle on the left, we can toggle them on and off. This can be useful for many different use cases. That also can improve how pages are displayed on Notion's mobile app, saving us from endless scrolling. I will skip the middle column for now, we will come back to that very soon. First I want to go through the right column. What we have at the top is a heading free block, which is given a blue text color. Under that we have a simple text block with bold text styling. And right under it we can see a YouTube video here, which is an embed block. If I copy a link, let's say from YouTube, and paste it, and then select embed video, we get an embedded video block in which we can play the video. Under the video, you will see another quote block, an image, a text block, and the block equation. Okay, with the right column covered, now we can look at the middle column. All of these 4, despite looking quite different from each other, are actually inline database blocks. Please do not let the term database scare you. It's a very powerful and user-friendly feature where Notion shines among others. I set those up with different view styles to show some of the available view options we have. Don't worry, we will cover that later in the video. Databases are simply a collection of pages. We can add as many pages as we want, even on free plan. To refer to pages that live inside a database, we can use the term database page. These are not much different than regular ones. The main difference is that they are stored within a database and are given additional information fields which we call properties. We can always turn a database page easily into a regular one or vice versa by dragging and dropping a page inside or outside the database. What makes databases so special is what Notion calls properties. Properties are attributes or fields that store additional information for each of the database pages. These are similar to the columns we have in the spreadsheets. We have different types of properties available. If you click that small plus icon on the right, we can see the available property types. It can be a text, select, status, number, date, formula, file, checkbox, and so on. Now let's take a look at the example task database we have here. The column on the left is a checkbox property that we can use to mark our tasks as done. The second column is our pages, which we repurpose as tasks. The one that reads action date is a date property. Date properties are used for storing date and time information. From the window that pops up when we click a date field, we can easily change how dates are displayed as well. Instead of a single date, we can also enter a date range with or without time information. We can also change how the time is displayed as well, either in 12-hour or 24-hour format. The next property we have here is select type. Select properties can have multiple options we can pick from, but we can only pick one at a time. As you can see, I cannot pick more than just one. If you needed to select multiple options, then we would need to use multi-select property, which we have right here. This multi-select property allows us to pick as many options as we like. Adding a page to the database is also very simple. We can just click here and then fill out the desired information. We have a formula property which reads days left. We can write formulas inside such fields and Notion will evaluate and return the results of that formula for each database page. Let's take a quick look at what's inside this formula. The function we have here calculates the days between today and the action date. Notion evaluates this for each page and displays the results in the corresponding fields. None of these numbers are entered manually, it's all done by Notion automatically. Formulas can do much more complex things than I show here, but this can serve as a simple example. Let's take a quick look at the different database view options we have. They provide us different ways to look at our database in terms of what data is displayed and how it's displayed. The database we have here is shown in a style that's called a table view. Table views look like spreadsheets. They are quite good for managing the pages and editing the properties quickly. As for every other view type, we can easily hide the properties that we don't want to show. We can either do it by clicking on the property header and then choosing Hide from the list, or by going to Settings, Property Visibility, and then Hide or Show from here. From this small window, we can also reorder the properties we have by dragging them up or down. This operation is also possible to do in the table view itself. We can do this by clicking and holding the left mouse button, dragging the column header to where we want it, then releasing the left mouse button. For any database view, we can add filters, sorting and grouping rules to display only the pages we want to see in the way we want to see. To add a filter, we can click the filter icon and then choose our filtering criteria. For example, we can pick action date and then this month from here to display only the ones that have their starting dates within this month. We could also add a filter by clicking on the column header and then clicking filter to get the same result. We can also add additional filters on top of that. Let's say we want to see the list of tasks that have computer in the text field. To achieve that, we can click Tags column header, pick Filter, and then choose Computer from the list. For now, I will delete the last filter I added. In addition to filtering, we can also sort database pages by a rule. If we wanted to sort the task by the date, we could click on the date and then pick Sort and then pick Ascending or Descending as a sorting order. We can also group pages by a chosen property as well. To do this, we can go to Settings and then click Group. From here we can choose our grouping criteria, such as Type. Now our tasks are grouped by their type. We can change the type of an existing view by going to the Settings and then clicking the Layout option. From here we can pick the new layout, and now our database will be displayed in this new style. We have different types available, including list, board, gallery, calendar, timeline, and so on. Thankfully, we are not limited to just having one view per database. We can add as many new views as we like by clicking this plus icon here. If you decide to add a calendar view for this database, we can easily do it by picking calendar from the list. The pages will be displayed according to date we assign to them. From here, we can change which date property we want to use as basis. It could also be a formula property that returns the date. For now, we only have action date, so I will leave it as is. To show properties we set for these pages, we can go to Settings and turn them on for this view in a similar way that we did for the table view. From this panel, we can also set the type of the calendar to weekly or monthly, and also show or hide weekends. Down here we have another database, but this one is displayed as a list view. List views let us quickly review our plans and also modify them to some extent. They are not designed to show as many properties at once as table views, therefore in these views we only show what we want to see. Now let's quickly add a simple list view for our task database. I will go up and navigate to the database and then click the plus icon here. From here I will pick List and then I will toggle on the properties that I want to see. Similar to the table view, we can arrange the order of the properties from this panel. In addition to that, we can also reorder database views by left-clicking on their header, dragging them, and letting go of the left mouse button. Now let's go back to the bottom of the page. What we have here is a database with a gallery view. We usually prefer this view to enhance the aesthetic appeal of our pages while still displaying the information we want to see. With this view type, in addition to the properties, we can also display a preview of the page content or an image in the gallery card. Here we can choose what will be displayed in the card preview. None, Page Content, or Page Cover. In addition to the page cover image, if we had an image property in the database, it will also show up as an option to pick from. We also have the option to change the size of the cards. And with the Fit Image toggle, we can choose how the cover image will be displayed. Okay, here comes the fun part, where we will rebuild a clone of this page from scratch right underneath the existing content. I will do this slowly so it will be easier for you to follow along. So let's start building this page from scratch. What we had at the top was a divider block and the code block. So I will hit / and then type div for divider and then pick this option to add a divider block here. Under that I will hit / again and then type code and then pick it. I can just copy and paste the text inside to avoid rewriting from scratch. Now we're done with our code block and we can continue. What we had underneath was a page structure with 3 columns. So I will hit / and then type 3C and pick the 3 column option. You will see that our page has been divided into 3 separate columns now. We had a cat picture underneath, so I will type / then image and pick it. I will then click upload and choose the file, and I will shrink this down a bit so it looks better. Underneath the photo we had an image caption. I won't add it here, but if you want to, you can navigate to the 3 dots and then pick caption. Let's keep going with the callouts. I will hit / again and then type callout. After that I will drag that callout and put it underneath the cat photo, so it's going to be in the same column. The first callout was green, so I will pick green as its color. And I will duplicate this 3 times to have 4 callouts in total. I may want to change their colors, maybe I can pick blue for this one, red for that one, and purple for the last one. I also can change the icons by clicking on the existing ones and then picking a new emoji or an icon. I will just randomly pick them since it's only for demonstration purposes. Up into the green callout I will hit / again and then type H3 for heading 3 and I will type to-do list. I will select the text, click bold and underline to style it. I will hit enter to add a new line and then I will hit / again and then type to do. Now we have a to-do list, which I will fill in with some placeholder tasks. Then I go up, select the heading, copy and then paste it and rename it numbered list. I will hit enter, hit / and then type num for numbered list. And I will also fill this up with placeholder items. Then I will repeat the process once again. Edit the heading, hit enter again, /, type in bold for bulleted list and add one. After that I will add some more placeholder items to the list. The last callout was inside a toggle list, so I will come down here and hit / and type TOG and then pick toggle list. I will edit the text, then move it up open it, drag the callout inside it, and then give it a color. I think we're done with the left column, so let's go and start building the middle one. I will go up, hit / and then type inline database. I will rename this to task database and also rename that to task. I can give it a checkbox icon if I want to. I will add a date property and call it action date. I will then add a select property and call it type. I will add a multi-select property and call it tags. I will click here to add a new page and I will rename to task 1, hit shift enter, task 2, hit shift and enter, task 3, hit shift and enter, task 4. Now I want to add some options to type property such as reading, writing, crafts, 3D printing, and some others. And for tags, it can be computer, home life, and maybe research. We can add some more placeholders like option 4, option 5, and so on if you like to. I will remove some of these and choose the option for the other pages. And I will assign a random date. Then I will drag hold in this corner to propagate the date to other pages. Then I will click this plus sign here and pick formula and then rename it to days left. After that I will go up so I can copy the formula from the existing one. I first switch to table view and then click the cell and choose everything inside and copy and then go down. From here I click a cell and paste the formula here. And now we are done with this database. I can go and do the same for the one with the calendar view. It's going to be quite simple. I will add an inline database. Then I might pick layout and then calendar. I could also hit / and type calendar to save some steps and add a calendar view directly. I'll just click the plus icon on a random date and then type meeting with friends. Then I toggle on include time and pick 2 p.m. And this one is already done. The next one is going to be, you guessed it right, another inline database. From the layout selector, I will pick list and I will add a few pages. I will not give these a name as it's not necessary for the demonstration. I could also just hit / and type list view and save a couple of steps. Then I will go to settings, edit properties, and I will add a select property. As my next step, I will add some options, then I will change their colors for demonstration purposes. Since I'm done with adding options, I can go back and assign them to pages. As you see, it's possible to do some editing in the list view, however, it's taking more time than it would in a table view. Underneath that, we had a cats database, we will rebuild that. I will hit / pick inline database, and rename that to cats database. I will rename the name property to cat and then start adding our cats. Fluffs, Shift Enter, Whiskers, Shift Enter, and Mr. Chaos. To assign my cats a gender, I will add a select property. I will add male and female as options and randomly assign these to the cats. Next up, I will add a date property and rename it to date of adoption. And then assign random dates. After that, I will add a number property, which I will use to assign a random age to the cats. Now what I'm going to do is change these icons, then enter into each page and change the cover images. I will window select our cats, then hit escape and go up, pick edit icon and then pick that cat face icon. After that I can go into each page, add cover image and then change cover, upload file, navigate to the window and pick the image. Once it's done loading, I will reposition so I can see the cat's face more or less. I will then click Save Position, then I will do the same for the other cats. Add cover, change cover, upload file, and cat2. And when it loads, I will reposition again so I can see the cat's face. I will do it once again for Mr. Chaos. Upload file, cat number 3. I can reposition, take it down a bit, save position. Now I can close this view. From here I will click the plus icon and then pick gallery. In this view for card size I will leave it as medium, and for page content I will choose page cover. And I want to display some properties underneath the cats, so I click settings, choose property visibility, and I can show date of adoption, number, and gender. I can then reorder them so it looks kinda better. Now let's go for the third column here. It's a heading-free block and some text underneath, so press / and type H3 for heading-free and pick it, or press enter, then give it some context. I will then pick it and make it underlined and make it blue. I can copy this text body and then paste it here. It's just a simple text with bold styling, so there's nothing special about it. Underneath that we had the video. To do that I will copy the link from here. I will go down and then pick embed video. And now I have my video here. What we had underneath was another quote block. Hit /, type quote, and then type cats, because why not? Choose the text, maybe just leave it italic. I'll pick an empty text block and move it up so it gives some space under the video. Right below that we had another cat photo. So I will hit / and then type image and then click this. Then I will go ahead and click upload file and choose one of the cat photos. Below that we have another text block and then a block equation. I will click the equation, copy the syntax, and then go down, add my text. Choose it, make it bold, and then give it a color. Then underneath that I will hit /, choose block equation, and I will paste what I copied and then hit done. I think this will conclude our introduction video. To keep this video short, I only covered the very basics of Notion. If you would like a more detailed video on any topic, please let me know. I hope this was useful. Thank you so much for watching. I'm looking forward to seeing you in the next one.